Well, yep, it has been a very long time. Almost a year. Almost a year. A lot has happened. Let me introduce myself in case you don't know who I am or don't remember me. My name is Asar, and I'd like to tell everybody hello, welcome, welcome back. It's been, like I said, it's been almost a year. A lot has happened. I believe the last time I recorded was in August. Um, so much has happened since then. If you live in America, so much has happened since November. But let me go back for my own self. Um, wow, let's see. The last time I recorded was in August, and I had been away for a while. I had a flood in my sewing room. As you can see, if you watched my last recording, you can see that my sewing room has changed around again because I had flood number two. Same spot, same place. Almost the same issues. They had to tear up the wall, tear up the floor, but they didn't have to do the whole floor because I had my floors redone. So I have beautiful wooden floors. So yay. But right the day after my second flood, I had to go to the hospital. I mean, emergency had to go to the hospital. I had a surgery that had to be done. It was very serious. I was not aware that things were going on with me, um, mainly because it was so hot at the end of August, September. It must have been hitting 120 degrees here. My body was shutting down. I wound up having, what was it called? An intestinal blockage. Um, I tell you what, if you live in a warm climate, you have to drink water almost like every 5 minutes. Okay, that's just where it's at. My body has shut down. I went into surgery, stayed in the hospital for almost a month. By the time I got back out, I had to start everything over with my house and my sewing room. So that put me back another month. By that time, it was November. Um, the world was on fire. Well, at least this part of the world was on fire as it was getting ready to set the rest of the world on fire. But with all of that going on, let's see what has happened. Okay, so it took maybe about 3 months before I was healthy again. Um, so if it looks like I lost weight since the last time you seen me, I did. I lost a lot of weight, and unfortunately, it looked like I'm gaining it back. But my face was much more. It's like it was skeletal. Of course, I didn't lose any weight anywhere else, but I did because I did lose a couple of dress sizes. But man, it was really, really ill. I was really ill. My stomach is finally trying to be a stomach again. I don't know what it was trying to be. It was acting like a leg. It just wasn't even acting right. It was even a stomach. But I am able to eat solid foods again. Uh, and and get back to health. In the meantime, like I said, putting my sewing room back together, it's taken a while for me to reset this room. I don't know. Yeah, my granddaughter helped me put pictures on the wall, as you can see over here, and I hung up some of my my quilts, some of my miniature quilts on the wall. There's a miniature sitting back here. Oh, let me show you. I don't know if you can see that, but one of the things I did acquire while I was away, I have a new surgery. Yep, I have an ear pro. You know what an ear pro is? I don't have read those on louvers. Okay, I am so excited about that. An Air Pro, it's a Genome Air Pro, and I do not have the louvers. I don't mind thread the needles in it. has a, not automatic, but it has a threader. Left and right threader. Man, my life is so much better. Okay, so, well, put the dust cover back. There she is. I don't know if I showed you my miniature books, but I will do a gallery one day and show you all my miniatures. So let's see. Since then into this year, I started work. But before I started work, I got my indoor glasses. My indoor glasses. If you have followed me before or watched a couple of my recordings earlier, you know that I'm colorblind, and which means that I'm not blind, but I can't see the colors. And I do have my outdoor glasses, and now I have my indoor glasses, and life is much, much better. I can't believe the things I couldn't see. It's crazy. I cannot believe what I've been missing. Um, and if you know someone who's colorblind, have them take the test. Um, I will probably put the link here where they can go online and take the test, or even yourself to see. And there's different levels of colorblindness, the different types of colorblindness. I have a friend who is colorblind, the same type I am, but hers isn't as bad as mine. She she's a little bit better. And then I met a lady, not too long ago, and she's actually the yellow green, yellow green colorblind. I'm red blue, and so this is really interesting. Um, if you are colorblind, the things that you can see now, when you have the glasses that help you. They're not prescription because I have my own prescriptions. Um, and my eyes are not that bad. I had cataract surgery a couple of years ago, so it made my eyes better. So I don't really need them unless I'm reading. And then we'll go try this quickly. Okay, so from there, um, I have returned to work. Um, but it's not work to me. It's not work. I am teaching. I am teaching sewing classes at our local sewing back. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to work tomorrow because it's holiday, but I'm really excited about that. I'm teaching beginner, intermediate, and quilting classes. So I'm real happy about that. And we are going to implement a teen program this summer. So if you live in the area, if you live in Las Vegas, um, you can contact us at all discount. So in fact, all discount vacuum sewing. We're at 44 West Radio, and that's in North Las Vegas, Nevada. So just look us up. And we also have kids classes. I won't be teaching the kids classes. Not my style. But I love the teens, and I will be teaching the teen class. Um, we have another lady that's teaching the kids. She's also doing embroidery. Hopefully, we'll get someone to come in and do a 10 and 20 needle embroidery. I'm not getting anything. Okay, it's scary. I do not want to wind up with my name embroidered on my face. But I do embroidery. I have my embroidery machines over there under this dark piece of felt back here. I think you've seen it before. My Husqvarna Topaz 25. I'm actually going to break her out in a couple of hours because it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. It took me from 10 o'clock to now to get this together. If you know anyone who is podcasting and they are your friends and mic is working, I'm just gonna look at it and see if it's working. Um, if you have friends or you have a podcaster that you like and you favor, this is not easy. This is not easy. It took a long time for me to get all of this back up and running and getting what I need and putting pictures up. This takes a lot. So if you have people or you have friends or you do it yourself podcasting, this is not an easy task. It is not. When they tell you to like and subscribe and share, it's because it's paying for their time. And you're not putting money in it unless they have a Patreon or whatever. But they're not asking you for the money. What they're asking for is that you actually um, respect them, love them enough to like, subscribe, and share, and all that other good stuff because it's a pain in the butt. Okay, I, I I almost thought about not doing this so many times, but I've had so many great things happen, and so many things are happening. Um, let's go with this because I don't want to keep this to be long, but it's going to probably be long. Yeah, it's been a long time, so it's going to be long. Buckle up, okay? First things first. I'm sure everybody in America, or even probably outside of America, knows that Joanne's is closing. I think this is tomorrow's the last day, or the day was the last day, but she's gone, y'all. She's gone. Um, it was a good run. I did not know about Joanne's until I moved to Las Vegas. And way after I moved to Las Vegas, I worked in Joanne's in the Husqvarna rental. I believe that was might have been, I'm going to say maybe 90. I gotta look that up. But I opened the store, the one on Rainbow. I opened that Husqvarna kiosk on Rainbow with another young lady. Um, we actually were trained at Cloth World. I think we were at Cloth World. They bought out Joanne's. And see what happens when you ugly. Ugly happens to you. They bought out Cloth World, and then we moved over to the Cloth World on on Nellis and Stewart. And then they brought us over to the one in Rainbow and Lake Mead, to the Best of the West Shopping Center. And I was there for maybe a year. Can't remember. It was a long time ago. Anyway, so I had known about that store for a very, very long time. And I shopped at that store for a very, very long time. Even when I moved to Elko, Nevada, we finally opened a Joann's up there, and they were one of the first stores that was cut during the first closings, and they were one of the stores, the one in Elko, Nevada, on Mountain Highway, and but even when I lived up there, I went to Joann's, so she was a long one, and so I went shopping. Actually, I went shopping um, about a week before the second bankruptcy. I don't remember what I purchased. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's somewhere in here because I bought fabric, and I didn't buy any yarn because I knew at that time before the second bankruptcy there was a lot of fabric that was probably somewhat on sale. I didn't go in. I actually went in there for a remnant. I didn't go for a remnant. I went actually for um, to finish my granddaughter's quilt, which I will show you in a minute. And I went in there for that. And I found some fabric. And I went in. I found so many remnants, but I had some things I wanted to purchase. Once I find them in here, I'll probably put in my next video. But I went last week, last week for the yarn. It didn't look too bad, but I want to tell you what I found out. People are shady, and they are really shady. Um, People have been selling their yarn and fabric that they purchased in bulk from Joann's. So what it has done was people like myself who just wanted to buy quantities for themselves, it made the stores pretty empty. So now these people are selling Joann's fabric and Joann's yarn and other, well, so much of the yarn, so much of the yarn and fabric. I haven't seen the sewing machines. Someone told me just about after the second bankruptcy, sewing machines were gone. And the crickets were gone, the sewing machines were gone. But lately, I've been going on some of the, what do you call it, the resale places here in the, on the web or whatever you want to call this thing. And I've seen them selling the fabric. They're even selling the remnants. And they're selling the remnants from the 99-cent store. Whatever you call that store, not the 99 cents. What is that store? Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Really? Really, y'all? Really? Come on now. And I mean, they're marking the prices up. Cut it out. Cut it out. I can tell Joann's fabric. Big Twist? Really? Y'all are selling Big Twist. $5.99. Really? When Joann's was selling it for what, $2.99? But you just bought it all up and think you can resell it. And the funny thing about it, okay, they selling stuff. They calling me. Okay, if you're selling a sewing machine, it's spelled SEWING, not SOWING. At least get literate if you're gonna sell something online that you already sold. I didn't say y'all stole it. I mean that you purchased in bulk. Stop it. But I'm not the police. That's your morals. That's your character. But they're doing it. And if you know someone who's buying stuff from people, tell them to go to Hobby Lobby, Walmart. Stop it. It's not like Joann's was the end all that been all. But anyway, let me show you the yarn that I purchased because I did not care for so much for that Joann's yarn. I can't remember the name of it now. Lord have mercy, it's late. But I wasn't too thrilled with their yarn. But everybody was, and I mean, everybody to each his own, to each his own. My concern was KC yarn. I love this stuff. I made beautiful kufis out of it, or kappas, kappas. I made those in kufis, and they're just beautiful. They crochets up so well. So I'm gonna show you what I purchased. I didn't do a big haul because I wasn't trying to buy everything from everybody. So I did purchase some KC yarn. I was kind of worried about it, and it is 100%. This is the softest cotton ever. And trying to see if I can find one with a label. Oh, here it is. With a label. KC. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be. Hopefully, this is not backwards to you. But I don't know. I'll try to fix this. But it's KC yarn. It is called Essential. It's 100% cotton. And I'm telling you, it's a DK 3-weight yarn, but it's so, oh my gosh, it is so soft. The color on this one is called Sequoia. Anybody know about the West Coast? We have Sequoia trees out here. And let's see what else I got to say about this. It is, you're not gonna probably find it. And I hope someone picks it up like they did the Just Yarn from um, from Joann's. It reminds me if anybody out here remember Pathmark with the white label. It reminds me of Pathmark, the no frill. Like I said, to each his own. Everybody, everybody don't have to like the same thing, but that Just Yarn, just that's what it reminds me of Pathmark. But like I said, to each his own. Um, I found that, and this is what I was able to put together. Um, because this will probably, no doubt, become a blanket if I don't put these two colors together. Let's see, can you see that? Here we go. Those two colors together. Maybe a blanket. I have a couple of male and a male family members, maybe, and I have some female family members that like darker yarns. That's what I was able to find. It took me a while to find it too, and this was really challenging. I actually let's see, KC down here. I got another set of KCs. These were running at that time $5.49, and it was 70% off. I think it was. So these two colors I purchased. Um, like I said, it's 100% cotton. I live in Las Vegas. Man, it gets 120, 125 degrees out here. Cotton is about all you're gonna wear. Anything else, you'll burn it. That was beautiful, beautiful. Okay, most of y'all don't know. I love basic stitch, the anti-peeling. I made my granddaughter a beautiful sweater out of it, purple. But look what I got. Oh my gosh. Because it's Lion Brand, I know I can find this online. Matter of fact, Lion Brand is having a sale right now. They have a 30% discount on their yarn, on certain yarns. So if you go to Lion Brand, which I'm going to go today, tonight, and I'm going to see if I can get more of this because I have 5. I will need about 10 to make a sweater. And the color on this is gold color. I love this color. I don't know. It's not coming up. Let me move it back here. There we go. There we go. That's the real color. That's the real color right there. Okay, yeah. Oh, it was right there. See with my glasses on. And when I did that, it just washed it out with my glasses. But the glasses, I can see that y'all can see what y'all should be able to see this color. But it's a gold heather, and it's so pretty. It screams um, autumn for me. So I want to make a nice sweater this year for myself. I don't know whether I want to make a what do you call it, a cardigan or put a probably a cardigan, but I think this would be nice. Maybe frame this in a maybe a brown for the collar and for the front of it. Maybe the cuffs even. This is lovely. So luscious one. And also I decided I'm going to make another sweater. I had a color in mind, but this is what I could find the most of. And it's, of course, Woolies, which was $5.49. And I bought a bunch of these. I got a sweater's quantity of this in natural. So no matter how you look at it, it's natural. So um, I don't know how I'm going to wear this. This will have no problem. For those of y'all who know, I have a husky. Yeah, I'm going to have to put this on outside. This I can put on in the house before I go outside because she can be all over. Okay? You have a husky, you have a German Shepherd, Samoy. They just, okay, anyway, hairs all over the place. But, oh, I want a husky. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're crazy. Okay? Because they're crazy. And they shit like crazy. Okay, so my last one, I fell in love with True this year. I made a couple of, about maybe a half dozen of the collars. And I'm going to actually have to start wearing one because this whole thing here showing is not good. I hate. So the collars come around up here and they lay across the shoulders and they're really pretty. I'm one of them women who likes to wear hats in the summertime. So this is my American hijab. Okay, but I found some Tribu. Look at the colors. Just look at that. Is that not beautiful? Tribu is great. If you're here, if you live in a warm climate, if you live in the Bahamas, if you live in the Caribbean, if you live in Hawaii, if you live anywhere where it's hot, get this. Get the Tribu. It feels like water on your skin. It's such a lovely feeling. It's so lightweight. How come I waited so long to purchase Tribu? It's made from bamboo. It's 100% rayon made from bamboo. Water feel. It feels like silk, but it wears like water. Who knew? Who knew? No one told me anyway. So here's another color that I purchased. Put it back here so you can see how nice it's really a golden color. Okay. Even with the glasses on, it's not hitting the colors that it really is. And then let's see. What did I get? I don't know. Is that the same color? Yeah, same color. I bought two. And let's see. I purchased this color. And what I plan to do with that, I have some black bamboo. I'm going to make a stripe. It will be a top that I won't have sleeves in, so I'll have to wear like a little jacket over it with some sleeves in it. So, but it's such a wonderful feeling yarn. I'm not going to make any more collars because I crochet them and they just lovely yarning. And maybe I find some more Tribu. Is Tribu? No, Kaboo. Tribu is it's on sale. Okay, so I'm a Lion Brand kind of girl. Um, I'm not an affiliate. However, I have purchased Lion Brand since I was a little kid. Lion Brand supplied my junior high school, and I believe my high school when I was in high school when I lived in New York, and they supplied us. I remember Coastal Park supplied our thread, and I remember Lion Brand supplied our yarn because I had to take a needlework class. That's what we had. We had cooking, sewing, needlework, and home. Like I can't remember the name of it. Like it was home ec, but it was like taught you how to clean your bathroom and stuff like that, in the kitchen and all of that. We learned how to clean the kitchen and cooking because we had to pretty much what I had to learn in cooking class is just about everything I had to relearn when I took my food handlers class. You know how to rotate food and all that kind of stuff. We did that in junior high. But when I got to high school, well, I know, like I said, in junior high school, Lion Brand supplied our yarn, our crochet hooks, and I think they've supplied the knitting needles as well because it was the needlework class was crochet, knitting, um, embroidery, and weaving. So we didn't do too much of the weaving. I don't think my teacher knew how to weave, but we had a Navajo loom in the classroom, and I played with it for a little bit, but I got the idea what it was. That's why I weave today. And um, but like I said, Lion Brand supplied us, and I believe they supplied us in high school as well. I went to Fashion Industry High, and there were a lot of things that a lot of big companies supplied us, and I'm really grateful for that. And I've been with Lion Brand, a Lion Brand kind of person for a very long time. We did have a lot of red. We did use a lot of red, and they went into Spinneret. But I remember Lion Brand. I think they were in Coney Island when I was in school, and that's where they were located. So they were close enough. Coney Island's in Brooklyn, um, but they supplied us. They supplied the school district. So what's next? Okay, I really got a big one to show you, but I'm gonna show you my granddaughter's quilt. This is what it looked like. Um, okay, okay, this is what it looked like before, and now that this is what I said I had to purchase the bind. I had to purchase the fabric for the binding. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take a picture of this because it's not big, it's not huge, but I just want to up close show you the binding on that. And that's what I went to Jones to pick up about a month ago. But it's finished right now. All it needs is it needs a border. I mean, not a border. It needs a label. And then this is my granddaughter. Okay, those are my great granddaughters. Those are my great granddaughter. And let me show you some of the fabric on here. Okay, so let's see, this fabric, mm, this fabric goes down here. But some of this fabric is about 10 years old. I was going to make this for my granddaughter when she was 10 or 11. And my son said, well, Mom, wait till she gets older and on her own because her family moves a lot. Mom moves a lot, so she might lose it. So you might want to hold on to it, which I did. And I held on to it for like the last 11, 12 years. Well, she recently had a little girl last year, and I purchased some more fabric. So now she has this quilt contains, let me give you a picture again, contains not only, here we go, not only contains the old fabric, but it now contains the new fabric as well. So it's like two generations of Barbie fabric. If you can't see it, let me see if I can get it bigger. There we go. Um, this is two generations of Barbie fabric. I'm trying to find a new Barbie fabric on here. Let's see, where's the new fabric? Uh, wow. Okay. I can't tell the new fabric from the old fabric. I think it's the words. I think it's the words. That's the new that's the new Barbie fabric. It's the words. So it's the word Barbie. And everything else is the old Barbie fabric that I purchased. Um, well, this don't have the border on it, so the border um, would be the new Barbie fabric. All of this here that you see up here is old Barbie, and the words are the new Barbie. I purchased them from I believe I purchased the old Barbie fabric from might have been Joanne, and the new Barbie fabric. The words came from Soye, and I think I had um, did a review of Soye quilt here on my channel. So if you want to know more about Soye, just go click my the older um what do you call that thing? My older post, and then you can see what that's Barbie, and uh, we're gonna take her out. Oh, I know how to use this thing. It's been hours, okay, and it's late. I'm crazy as a mad hatter. All right, so that's one of the things I have cruelty because I know people always say, "Oh, what are you? How are you gonna name yourself Thimble Hook and Shuttle? You never show me nothing. You are oh gee, this gotta be washed. I don't know. I think I got chocolate on it, but so I purchased. I don't know. It's in this room somewhere, but I have this great little thing to go with this. So come back and I'm going to show you what goes with the Barbie quilt. It's so cute. Okay, so now I want to kind of wrap this up because I'm running out of water. Like I said, you can see my quilts back here, my miniatures. I usually don't make large quilts. I think I have a couple of them that need to be quilted. I am working on my African Aborigine quilt. It just needs to be quilted. It needs to be quilted. But I found out because where I work, I told you, I work in a Sobat, and I have been using Janome HD, a heavy duty. Oh my God, I gotta show you this machine. It is the best. Now people have been using it on the long arms. I don't have a long arm, but I can roll my big quilts up and work. It has a long enough, the space underneath it is big enough for me to roll even a bigger quilt to do the quilting on it. I I don't have enough room in my house to put a frame in to do a long arm. I will. If I get rid of certain relatives out of my home, I have enough room for a long arm. But that's becoming soon. So anyway, I really don't really need a long arm. Um, anyway, I don't need a long arm right now because that machine, the stitches on this machine is unbelievable. There is a Janome machine that we have. I think it's called a 660 or something 65. I can't remember, but I will show you pictures of that machine as well. It actually makes hand. It looks like hand stitches on the machine from the machine. I don't know, but I know the single stitch that this Janome HD model is doing. It's a lovely thing. I'm going to speak into the shop tomorrow because we're closed, and I'm going to I have to take out my old stitches from my old machine. I have a Janome, I have a small Janome gem. It's old, and the stitches are too small. Although they are both says that they are the long stitches, the longer stitches on the HD, they're clearer, they're more precise, they're beautiful stitches. I can't wait to show you. All right, so I think that's about the last thing I need to show you. Here's the reason why I had to come on tonight because I am so excited. So, oh, one more thing I have to show you. I made this for one of my grandbabies, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to give this one to the grandbaby that to the grandbaby that I made the quilt for. I made this for my older grandbaby, my great grandson, my older great grandbaby, but it's only just too small for her. I need to add it. I need another 5 inches. She's 4. I didn't. She's tiny, but still, this came out small. Um, this is a summer breeze um, dress pattern by Cinnamon Stitches, and I will go ahead and link her in here, and I'll link the because she has a tutorial on this. And the tutorial is that it's just a tutorial. She doesn't give you the exact um, number of stitches. She's a lot of things are approximate. And I did. I didn't measure my granddaughter from shoulder to shoulder to get this halter type top for her. Um, and the yarn, honey, I can't tell you where this yarn from. I tell you, I can't tell you who I got it from. I can tell you where I got it from. I did purchase this yarn when I lived in Elko out of Joann's when they used to sell those bags of yarn. They used to sell these mill ends at Joann's, and they haven't sold it in years. So even when I came back to Vegas, they stopped selling it. But I have a feeling this is from Willow. I think that this is a Willow yarn. Um, Willow is by Hirschner's, I believe. And yeah, I believe this is a Willow because I hadn't seen this in it's cotton. I haven't seen it in anywhere. Your Inspiration, Premier, Lion Brand, none of those regular names had it. So I believe this came from Hirschner's. with their what is it, Willow. If you go on Herschel's website and you look on the top, it says Willow yarns, and I believe this is where this yarn came from. And it's cotton. This is a little as you can tell, this summertime we like to have our little sunbonnet. So this is a little bonnet that goes with it. But I'm gonna have to do this again. Once again, this is by Cinnamon Stitches, and she will give you the whole tutorial. But a lot of it is you're on your own. And so if you don't know how to crochet, you might have some problems. If you know how to crochet, it's just a matter of what do you call it? It's just a matter of measurements. I thought I had measured her because her head is 20. I think her head is 20 inches or 21, 22 inches. So um, that was the opening, 22 inches around here. Just came to her top of her under her underarms, and and I thought I had the length, but it wasn't long enough. So this is probably going to go to the other great grandbaby. And I have some more cotton yarn, and I think that's what I'm going to make that out. So where is the thread? So okay, there we go. Okay, back. I'm back. I should be playing the Mac. Okay, I think that's what the music I want to play for this. Um, I'm gonna play the Mac. And if you don't know what it is, just keep listening. You'll find out. So the last thing I want to show you, and I can't wait to show you this. This is exciting. I can't believe I found this. I don't know where this came from. And I don't purchase everything online, and this wasn't really online. This is local, and it's like what is the thing called? I'm always on marketplace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you see that? Can you see it? Like you just don't you just hate me? And then my son. Okay. This is not really crochet. This is machine crochet. I am not a granny stitch lover. I hate granny stitches. I don't hate the stitch. I hate granny squares. It's not like I hate them. I love the stitch. And you can see my granddaughter's dress is well, it's not granny stitches, but granny squares, solid color granny squares, I love. And if I do enough of them, I can make a quilt looking thing out of it. But this one, this design for grannies, mm-mm. Now they have a yarn. It came out. I think Super Saver Red Heart makes it. It does the granny stitches. Knock yourself out. I'm just not the one. But this, this color is fire. This is fire. Okay, this is fire. This is machine stitch crocheting. It's not real crochet. But it's so I can't wait to wear these. Yes, and I'm gonna wear it to my fiber guild. I'm gonna be a badass old lady. This is fire. I don't care. I think it's a Bamboo is a company that makes them. I don't know anything about this company. All I do is hope is that these shoes don't fall apart on me. Okay, but what you know, girl? What you know? You know this is bad. This is bad. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is it. Um, but I'm going to make sure, and it got a soft lining inside. I am more spraying because I don't know the people who funky feet want to bring them down. I don't want no fungulitis in my feet. But I am so stoked over this. Okay, you that's fire, honey. I'm so loving that. I I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go. I've been here long enough. I have bent your ear long enough. If you want to contact me, you can always contact me at Thimble Hook Shuttle 64 at gmail.com. And I'll put this also in the notes below. Trying to think of what else I want to tell you. I'll be back. I'll be back. Pray for my room. Pray that I don't get another leak in here. It was hard because my insurance company dropped me. I had to get a new insurance company. So I'm telling you, with all the things going on last year, I hope to put at least some of these worries behind me. I am still worried that I'm scared to go on the street sometimes. I don't know whether, I see flashing lights behind me. I'm thinking I'm going to wind up in jail in Sudan somewhere. So times are different, and hopefully, making these recordings will give you some levity from everyday um, crap that we go through. You don't have to look at an orange face. You can look at this nice little brown face, okay? And and listen to me talk about crochet looking shoes, okay? So with that, I want to tell y'all peace. Have a pleasant morning because it's already like 2:30 in the morning here. I do record at night because it's quiet here. I live down the street from the Air Force Base, so it can get pretty loud. I hope and pray that tomorrow that the birds will put on a show, and that they're not somewhere else, um, and that they'll be here in Nevada, in Las Vegas, and fly over and do the missing man formation that they do, and I pray that they'll be here tomorrow. Usually I'm upset about the noise, but I welcome it because I sure don't want them to be somewhere else doing what they do. I hope our Blue Angels are doing their flyover in New York because when I was a kid, I was in the cadets, and we had to go march out on the parade grounds, and we would get a flyover from our Blue Angels. Um, and I hope our service members are having a peaceful day tomorrow. I'm gonna grill me some hot dogs um, and some hamburger, and salute you all. My time as a service member spouse was wonderful. Oh, okay. And I just want to thank you. I thank you for coming by. Thank you for listening, putting up with me, talking about all kinds of crap in my shoes. Um, but I will try to my best to be back. My health is coming back. My house is holding up. The dogs are good. Um, Unfortunately, my Jack Russell, she's seems to be dealing with some dementia now. But she has her good days and her bad days, and her good moments and bad moments. She, she's, her life is still works. So she knows enough to go to the door. She wakes me up. She usually wakes me up at this time of night because she got to go outside. But she's potty trained, so I love her. Um, I know I have a lot more, but I will bring it back when I come back. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe, um, and come back. Peace.